tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your number one source in after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another NXT After Show right here on AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Kathy Kelly. Joining me on the panel this week, as always, Mark Donica.
Hi, I'm here.
And then sitting next to Mark Donica, he has a new introduction this week. There's a little belt sitting in front of him.
Where?
The Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Heritage Champion belt. Where'd you get that, hobo?
I wanted to beat a man half unconscious for
Oh my gosh.
it. It was sanctioned, don't worry. I am the champ. I'm the guy on top.
So for people who might not have seen.
Well, they can see.
Yes.
I believe the match will be on this Saturday night on KDOC. If you're in LA, it'll be on MAV TV at some point if you're anywhere else.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is a huge accomplishment.
It was a well-fought victory.
Yes.
It was a really good match. It was it was harrowing at some times. It was just like, no.
It got a little hairy.
Yeah.
A lot of hairy?
Surprising.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I feel very happy about it.
We're excited for you.
Thank you.
And then joining us this week, special guest. She has a lot of accomplishments too. Knitting champion of the couch and
Prestigious honor.
former pro soccer player. She's gotten her pilot's license. She graduated from college in 3 years, and arguably her toughest accomplishment to date, raising me.
I was going to say that.
She is my mother, Mama Kay.
Welcome.
I am honored to be here with you guys.
We're happy to have you.
Jesus, I'm gonna blush.
Yes, so she has been watching wrestling sometimes. So she'll try to
You're
make her
familiar
2
with the
cents.
product.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good. We'll throw to you every once in a while. I'm interested to hear your opinions.
She sends me great texts during Raw, like, why does that guy look so oily? And just
They
great
banned-
commentary all around.
Your
Baby oil.
comments, they've banned oil. They actually have banned
Wait,
baby
what?
oil. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
What
not
is
oil.
Randy Orton gonna
Water.
do?
It's water.
It's either water or probably olive oil. It's better for your skin.
Oh.
Prevents blemishes.
Coconut oil, I hear,
Coconut
is
oil.
really good
If
for
you
you
want
as
to
well.
lick it off of
Olive
somebody.
oil and coconut oil are oils.
Yeah.
Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
If you're going to ban oils, you
It's
have
good
to
that
ban
they're
Well,
not
they
using
banned
babies
baby
anymore.
oil.
No, seriously. Like
The
I
baby
know we had a
shortage in
population
America.
boom, but that's not okay.
I mean, what
I don't
was
know how
it?
Vince got away with it.
Jonathan Swift said we should eat the babies, so I guess we could just squeeze them for juice. That's
And
just as
just
good.
wipe them on our bodies.
Yeah.
Bo was covered.
Anyways, it's not even 5 minutes into the show. We're already off the rails.
Babies.
But let's get into tonight's episode of NXT.
Speaking of babies,
Speaking of babies.
this tag team against these.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
I was
baby
wondering where
versus
you were
iron
going
boot,
with
yeah.
that. Yeah. So the tag team champions themselves finally wrestling again. The Ascension. Haven't seen them in a while. They face a tag team.
Like, even the match listing that I usually take into the preview didn't have the local tag team.
Yeah.
Unlucky bastards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should be a good name
Yeah,
for them.
I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of yaw chants.
That's their
During
next
the
shirt.
match.
It's got to be. Now that they've accepted it, like,
Yeah.
that's going to be their next thing.
Actually, just to say yeah, yeah, yeah in the front. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or maybe in the eye of the pyramid, they just have like a small ya, so people can be like, it's a conspiracy. It was always there.
Illuminati!
Could be like an upside down Y.
Illuminati.
Yes.
Oh.
That's the fans. That's the Ascension fans. The Illuminati.
What?
I can't.
No,
cheers to
that's-
you.
You're fine. Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Very
Dog water.
quick win for the Ascension tonight with the Fall of Man. That was, I mean, you could have blinked and missed that match.
Yeah, I mean, really, it was one-sided. There was a tag, mostly because that team did not have a choice. They were forced to tag.
I
Yeah.
love that. It's a great bit. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah. And I feel like it was weird. After the match, we heard Victor and Connor on the mic.
Yeah, we heard him a
Which
couple
is
of weeks ago.
different.
Yeah, we heard him a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but
and
it's
it was a little bit
still
more of the same.
weird to me.
But I think it's weird because Victor doesn't sound like you think he does. He's got a little bit more deep of a voice than you would expect from a guy like that.
Kind of gravelly.
Yeah.
Sounds like The Undertaker a little bit.
They're both Undertaker clones. We've been over this.
Yeah.
And
We've been
under
under.
this. We've been over and under the over and under.
Right.
How's the knitting going over there?
That's not bad.
Not
Good.
bad.
It's a squash match for that yarn. It's going pretty quick.
Oh my gosh, she has all the offense right now.
Yeah, the balls of yarn are getting annihilated.
Oh,
So you bring it back around.
full circle.
Full circle.
Boom.
Like
Synergy.
those knitting needles. They're a circle.
That's weird. Why do they have the wire tethering them together?
It just makes
Easier
it
to travel with.
Does it?
Yep.
Huh, all right.
Yeah. Anywho.
Interesting.
So,
Learning.
That was, I liked the bit. I liked the button at the end of this. We will rise. Like
Yeah.
that was great. That's another
Yeah.
great thing for the Ascension.
You need that. They needed an out, pretty much in all their promos.
Yeah.
They needed like a natural out and a tagline.
and I feel like this is just the next phase of the Ascension. Like it's now they're on the mic and now we're getting to see some personality and they are scary.
Well, it's different because they're still having those squash matches from way back when that we were kind of getting a little bit tired of. But now, since we're seeing more of who these guys actually are, as opposed to just
Having them
take it,
shoved in their
accept
face.
it.
Yeah.
Now that we're seeing them every other week and they're making the tag title seem that much more important, it really. It's fantastic. Like that,
It makes sense as a fan.
Yes.
Yes.
Now we can we can properly accept
Make
them in a way.
sentences.
It seems
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm still
We're
working on that.
it. Okay. It seems like it's going to be a legitimate victory.
Yeah.
Like these guys are so dominant and so strong that whoever beats them really has beaten them. If and when it happens.
Do you think that it's going to happen at TakeOver 2?
Depends on who wins.
Okay.
The tournament.
Okay.
Really?
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Tough to say. Really tough to say.
Actually, we have somebody in the chat, EDM 72000. They're getting the Brock Lesnar beatdown of tag teams, yet nobody's complaining about that.
Because it's shorter. That's why.
Yeah, it didn't take
Brock
20
Lesnar-
minutes.
It was 20 minutes. It was
And they
20
still
minutes.
had-
It was entirely one-sided, and I don't like it at all.
Two people did more moves in less time than one person in quintuple
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
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 But I'm sure there are a lot of
Yeah.
people who
Yeah.
wanted to see John Cena get beat up like that.
Yeah, that's the problem. We talked about it. It's the SummerSlam. Watch
Right.
the SummerSlam
This is a
AfterBuzz.
SummerSlam
We already talked
free
about it.
zone, okay?
Okay,
No Brock Lesnar here.
it's the Lesnar free zone. I like
Lesnar
it.
free zone.
I like it.
Yes. JoJo announces
I like JoJo was just on fire this
Yes.
whole time. Last week and this whole thing, I was just like, oh yeah, JoJo, awesome.
She was
here.
like the ascension of ring announcing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
less scary.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So JoJo is there to announce the new GM of NXT, and it's William Regal.
It's William Regal.
Were you guys?
Spoiler.
I know. Okay, so we just have to say this real quick. We're not going to fault the person who did it.
No.
But
He
we
apologized.
are a spoiler-free after show. So if you guys do know what's coming up on tapings for NXT, please don't leave them in the comments of our YouTube page, just because there are a lot of people who don't want to see that.
Right.
But It's William Regal. I was surprised prior to seeing that comment. Happily surprised.
Yeah.
When I found out. But what do you guys think?
He raised a very good question, which was, does this mean we don't get him on commentary anymore?
Yeah.
They do have a very solid commentary panel right now, or, group of people that could be on commentary, so I'm fine with it.
I don't know.
I do enjoy him on commentary.
I've enjoyed him more than anybody on commentary. He's been somewhat indispensable on commentary. I would be disappointed, although I wouldn't be tremendously surprised if this is the end of him as a commentator.
Yeah. The end of his reign as a commentator.
Rain.
He was on top.
I mean, I think that I like him in this role. I think that he was amazing as a commentator because he really knew the psychology of a wrestler. He knew what moves you needed to do to defeat an opponent, and he called them.
He knew the
as it was
reasons
going.
why.
Yeah. I think that Jason is like coming into his own in that regard.
He is.
So,
he's been definitely taking some strides
yeah,
toward being a
I'm
much
fine
better.
with. I feel like it's just he's coming in. Regal is in this new role. It's not to say that if someone else ever comes into the general manager position, he couldn't come back to commentary or he couldn't do commentary on another one of WWE's programs. I think that will be in his future somewhere, but I'm fine with it.
No, definitely.
change,
No, that just means we get to see him on a more consistent basis. It's somebody who's down there.
Do you think we'll see him more than we saw JBL?
Jibble? I hope so.
Yes,
Jibble. Yeah, call him Jibble.
I certainly hope so. JBL's on the road every week. And Regal, this is, like he said himself, he's been there from the beginning, 100%.
But isn't JBL down there for tapings? I mean, I know that
He comes down there every once, like for the big stuff, he's down there, but everything else they just shoot
for
at Raw.
like the specials.
Yeah.
Okay.
But everything else they shot at Raw or SmackDown. I mean, it seems like he put more time and effort into the JBL and Cole show than he did being the GM for NXT, and that's not a fault.
That's a huge show. They have to
Right.
tape.
So I don't blame them.
It's not a negative.
No.
It just is a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like why Colbert left Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, this big pull, was because he just started doing the Colbert Report and he didn't have enough time to be a voice actor and do the Colbert Report.
The Colbert Report and all of its Emmys ruined one of my favorite television shows in Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But
I'm not holding a grudge. I'm just stating a
So
fact.
he's moving on to something else.
Exactly.
And we will get to see the same amount or more of him in a different way.
Exactly.
It'll be good.
I'm very excited for
yes.
Regal. Always a fan of Regal. And if he gets a little bit more, I wish he had a little bit more time to actually speak for this segment, but it made sense when they were trying to have everybody come up and kind of voice their grievances.
Yeah.
But I hope we get more of him out there trying to talk to people.
I was just thinking about this. I like William Regal as the general manager. I miss Dusty.
Oh, baby.
Definitely.
I forgot about that. It's been a while.
He's busy too.
Aw.
You could ask Smiley. He's
Yeah.
Yes.
beyond busy.
Yeah.
But
I can only imagine.
I wonder, with Regal in this role, will we ever see him step over his boundaries?
I'm sure at some point we
overassert
will.
his authority.
I'm sure we will.
That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's coming.
Well,
for sure.
Wasn't it you who said when he came out and talked to Adrian Neville, your opponent is me. You and I will
Yeah,
fight
that's
for the
like,
Is that what you thought?
that's what I want. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to pull like, well, sunshine. I was thinking it could be you and me for the championship, but if you want these three, I mean, fine, whatever. That's fine. I'll just go.
That would be an
He will
amazing match.
be the same. It'll be like the Authority 2.0 at some point. It has to be.
Maybe.
Where he's just inserting himself into matches, or to show his authority, he will do something.
That'd be
Something
great.
similar.
I want that.
Yeah. So Neville comes out, and then Tyson Kidd, Tyler Breeze, and Sami Zayn all respectively come out and ask for a title shot at TakeOver. William Regal ultimately is the one who makes the call, but Adrian Neville says that he wants to fight all three of them in a fatal four-way for the title at TakeOver. Regal agrees and announces that that is going to happen.
I mean, while it's good to be a very confident champion, There is also such a thing as biting off more than you can possibly chew. He doesn't even have to get pinned to lose the title in this match.
Yeah.
I think he's not using his head. He's fighting a lot with his heart and his gut, and that'll get you in trouble.
I do like how it will it has the possibility of ending all three sort of storylines that have been around and swimming at the same time. So you can have that. You can have everything sort of come to a close and start maybe a Tyson and Tyler bit, or it's just somebody new for Neville because everybody's had their chance now. And I love how Tyson Kidd just came out and said, thank you. Thank you for making me the number one contender. I won't let you down. I'm definitely going to win. I'm going to be the new champion. Just like, yes, like that's.
Well, because they thought it was going to be Tyson every single time.
About
yeah.
me. Like, who else is there?
And then Neville said, yes, I want to challenge Tyson Kidd. And Tyson went, yeah! And Breeze, damn it! And he's like, damn it.
I also like how Breeze said, everybody should be in front of you in line for a championship opportunity, even your wife.
Whoa!
Classic. Just too good.
So Neville has a lot
He's got a lot
on
to
his
prepare
plate.
for.
Yes.
Yep.
And I think they even mentioned on commentary that it is borderline. Well, no, it's just
It's stupid.
Stupid.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
it's reckless. What is that? The golden mean, Aristotle's golden mean, the philosophy where you can't have a deficit of something or too much of something. So it's like courage versus.
I was not ready to remember Aristotle today.
Yeah, I came ill prepared for this. My Go Girl
no,
has
it's
given me
just-
energy. It's not giving me extra brain power.
I remember Aristotle because I'm old, but other than that,
Was he a nice man?
he was very nice.
Oh, that's good.
But not Kathy's daddy.
Oh,
It's whether you are courageous or you're reckless. Like you want to fall somewhere in between, like not being.
Correctless.
Yes.
yes.
That's not me. That's definitely not me. You can correct me all the time.
My mother, I have to credit her for this, comes up with a lot of great words. One of them is combining an escalator, and you know those flat ones at the
Yeah,
The airplane. What do you call them, Mom?
Flatulators.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's very good.
Thank you, thank you.
She coins a lot of terms.
AfterBuzz
You
exclusive.
gotta trademark it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, moving on. Backstage, we get a segment with Veronica Lane. They had everyone backstage
Yeah.
tonight, by the way. But Veronica Lane interviews William Regal, and she talks about this fatal four-way. But then he announces that they're going to have a tag match tonight with the four of these guys, and it's going to be Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn versus Tyler Breeze and Tyson Kidd.
That was weird.
What, were you surprised?
I'm surprised that you're playing nice with an enemy.
See?
Well,
Yeah,
Even I know that.
It's a traditional thing that they do where they put either people from multiple matches or the same match together to try to see if they'll go off. Like it's a big tease before a big match to see if they can keep their composure. And if I
Or
think
accidentally kick someone in the head.
right.
getting way ahead of his
I
character.
know.
But I think it would have been interesting if we did a shakeup where it was Tyler Breeze and Sami Zayn versus Tyson Kidd, and like if you mix up the heel and the face, like that would have been more than just the
Oh yeah,
standard.
because then the heel could have like let the face get beat up a little bit
But then
more.
at the same time, they want the victory, so it would have created a different
Yeah.
dynamic. But we were talking about how it was weird that this was the main event of this show as opposed to next week, but then next week we have the finals for the tag tournament. So they're trying to push the tag tournament as one of the big matches where we might have some sort of a reminder, like maybe a contract signing or something to bring all of these four guys together again.
Yeah, you would need a little something, a little extra reminder, as you said, of what the actual main event for the biggest championship in NXT is going to be. But I agree that the tag team tournament should be the main event for next week.
Yes, I agree too.
So, next up we have Bailey versus Sasha Banks
Sasha sporting some new music tonight.
and ring gear, right?
Relatively
that-
we say that she has a new jacket like every week, and she's
But
had the same
side,
jacket.
it's like the side.
No, she's had the
half-
Charlotte style for.
And she had the wrap on the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
But
it's
she's had the Charlotte style for a couple of months.
Oh,
Yeah.
I liked it.
No, it's great. I mean, the only thing that I have to complain about Sasha Banks is whoever made her ring video because of that ratchet font.
She looks fresh every single week, though.
Right, she does.
She could have the same ring gear on and still look good.
Yeah, we still like. Did you see the ring gear on her?
Wow, the
Jeez,
ring gear.
wow.
Is that new?
That's awesome. She rocked that, man. I like the chat in the chant in the match. Sasha's ratchet. No, she's not. And then it just evolved into yes, she is. No, she's not. Yes, she is. Real good.
Yes, I can. So Sasha has most of the offense during the beginning of this match, but Bayley ends up picking up the win with a hugplex out of nowhere. And I think they even called it on commentary. They're like, Bayley's just been really lucky lately.
I think that's garbage. That's 100% not true in the least.
She knows when to capitalize on
Absolutely.
moments.
She's smart. She looks for her opening and she capitalizes. I think everybody, including commentary, has been mistaking her kindness for weakness. She came out last week, she got slapped in the face. She came out this week, she got slapped in the face. The girl is tough. They think 'cause she's happy all the time that she's aloof. She's dangerous. She's a weapon. They don't appreciate it.
He got real deep just there.
It's true.
No, yeah.
I take it from a guy who really did get completely looked down upon for the longest time until I exploded. And look what happened there.
Are you making a prediction?
I'm not necessarily making a prediction because I feel like I'm damn lucky I won this. But
Not everything is as it seems.
Right.
Yeah.
Luck is where preparation meets opportunity.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
She's prepared, and that's one thing they also have been hammering home on commentary. She trains her butt off, and what a butt it is.
I love that they even mentioned they're like in the PC performance center.
Yeah, down at the PC. Rich Brennan was something else tonight. I'll tell you what.
What?
Look at that
Something else.
move.
He sounded like he was doing video game commentary.
Yeah, he was very excited. He was very excited. Not saying it was bad, just saying he's really getting into it.
Just kind of like a dog, though. He doesn't know what anything is, but he's tremendously excited about it.
I like him.
Yeah, no, I do
like
too.
how positive he is.
He's been very strong down at NXT.
He's kind of like a Joey Styles in that way.
Yeah.
He's very much the sports side of this whole.
He
equation.
sounds very professional, and he has a voice that you can kind of trust is the thing. So when
His
he goes very
story is
general,
really
it's like
interesting for how he started because he did some stuff for Booker's
Fed
wrestling.
down in Texas.
What's it called?
Yeah.
I forgot.
ROW or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Chat. What's
escaping me
Booker
right now.
T's
but
Fed called down in Texas?
he was doing commentary for that for a very short amount of time and then ended up getting a tryout at NXT and has just been running with it.
It's who you know, not what you know.
Well, I think it's also
It's a little of both.
Booker wouldn't have put him up for that if he didn't think that he was ready, you know?
I
That's
believe
true.
that too.
Yes,
So-
you're very right.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how nobody's thinking that Bayley is prepared. That's where I think Charlotte's got the biggest, her biggest misconception is she's going to be in for a fight at Takeover. Bayley is going to show her never to underestimate her. Bayley has been fighting from below the BFFs for months, so now is her opportunity. And I think the only way that Charlotte can come out on top is. You all right?
Yes.
Yes. You're looking at chat? Are you looking at chat too?
In chat roll,
Everybody caught your butt comment, Hobo.
What?
Anyone else saw her butt?
butt face.
Don't touch my
butt
butt.
face in chat roll says that it's reality of wrestling, so
I
it
was
is
gonna
our
wait till
time.
I think going for butts. Charlotte. I think the only way that Charlotte can come out on top for Takeover is if she has something up her sleeve and she cheats to win because she is the dirtiest diva in the
Really?
game.
Okay.
She needs sleeves to do that.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
well, true.
Well, she's got the huge leg sleeves like all the way up. Like
So should we talk about what happened after the match where
Please.
Charlotte
Speaking of
comes
Charlotte.
out.
I think we should talk about the very end of the match.
Okay.
When Bayley snapped that hugplex in, boy, it was over. It did not matter how hot Sasha was at that moment. Once she laid that hugplex down, it was over. And that's one thing I know Sasha has got to watch and watch out for if she wants to keep this championship. Is that singular move.
Charlotte.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So after the match, Renee comes out third.
Surprise, Renee!
Yes, surprise Renee comes out and interviews Bayley in the ring. Charlotte interrupts and tells fans to shut up multiple times, getting a lot of heat tonight.
Gives us a woo, though.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh, cool, well, she wooed.
Super aggressive. Very angry Charlotte tonight.
Didn't sound like her.
No.
I think that's... It
It's
is what
good,
she is.
yeah.
She's what she should be.
So Bayley says she doesn't want a hug from Charlotte, but she does extend her hand for a handshake. Charlotte rejects and just walks away.
I was hoping she would accept, so Bayley could snap her into the hugplex.
I love that Bayley stood up for herself.
Awesome. She even she said like stick to hugs, but Bayley was like, I don't even want a hug. I just want to wish you good luck. And it's like, and you heard the crowd go, oh.
Yeah.
That's a huge diss from Bayley.
She's so into her character that like nothing phases. Yeah, it's great.
It's beyond all right.
It's great.
Just want everything for Bayley.
Yeah. Are you guys excited for that match at TakeOver?
Beyond
Should
excited.
be flipping amazing.
NXT's track record for these live specials has been top notch the whole
Especially
time.
in the women's department.
Yeah. So it's
Do you like women's wrestling? Just watch the special. Send it to your friends. Tell them to watch the special.
or to watch last week's match, the Becky and Charlotte,
Yes.
or this match.
Even this match.
Even though it was short,
It was fairly one-sided. Sasha looked like an animal.
She did.
The female wrestlers at NXT are a force to be reckoned with. They are all so phenomenally talented, and it's exciting to see because right now on the main roster we have so many female storylines going on.
And it's nice to see that the main storyline between Paige is the best women's storyline that we've seen in a really long time.
Yeah.
Like there's been some really good stuff. I remember somebody commenting about Naomi not really getting a fair shake, but I think it was because what happened with her eye. But I would like to see Naomi back up in the title picture. But right now we're seeing Paige. It's hard not to fan out because we're NXT and seeing her in the main picture. Sad to see Emma kind of fall off a bit. It might have been as a result of the flip-flop of her employment.
Well, it was the flip-flop of the appointment plus Santino hanging in.
Yeah, the Santino
That
thing.
didn't help.
Yeah.
It's hard when you establish her with somebody and then that somebody's like, oh, sorry.
It was Austin. Steve Austin made that point. He said, when you're a tag team wrestler, if your partner goes, there ain't nothing for you, buddy. So you better establish yourself as a singles guy. That's where the money is.
Yeah. Well, we will see more to come, hopefully, for the female wrestlers.
Yeah,
More good stuff.
It's all going to be
All
good
of
stuff.
this.
What do you think of this match, Mom? As you knit on the couch mindlessly.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I was really surprised at the outcome because it was dominating.
Move your mic a little closer to your face. Yes.
My mic, that better?
Closer to your mouth.
Closer to my
Yeah,
mouth.
there you go.
Oh,
There you
now
go.
I'm noisier.
I know.
Right.
That's bad. So the match was completely one-sided, and then all of a sudden, flip.
Great explanation.
Thank you for joining us on AfterBuzz TV.
Are you used to this sort of action from a women's match?
No.
What you seen
So
previously?
I have to tell you guys, my mom, in college, she started playing soccer. They didn't have a female soccer team, so she played with the dudes.
Oh,
So
That's
that
metal as
is,
hell.
yes.
They had nice butts.
That's
I can
secretly
believe.
why she joined the soccer team.
It was.
But
It's not a secret.
yeah, so I mean, you're used to,
I think, having men and women playing soccer together is very appropriate. Perhaps more men and women should be wrestling each other.
Really? You'd like to see more intergendered... No, I'll tell you, she's onto something. This is a really huge...
It's a hot topic, yeah.
Tag team
booming thing
boy-girl
right now.
teams? I mean,
Yeah.
definitely.
They had that
And even
on-
men wrestling women, and the women are coming out particularly dominant. Things are happening now in
Beth
our
Phoenix.
culture, especially with
I mean-
women mixed martial artists coming into fruition.
Locally, Candice
Candice
LeRae.
LeRae.
Oh, yeah.
And Hudson
She
Envy is
can
another
hold
one.
her own, yeah.
Hudson's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Tough little chickie.
So that could be cool.
Could be. I don't know if WWE's going to pick that up necessarily.
Probably
Because it's a
not.
very old school wrestling thing. You do not wrestle a woman.
I
That
could
is-
see them
that is old school.
do more mixed tag matches though, because they had those for a little bit when they had Santino and Emma, and then
Now
Summer and
Fandango and
yeah.
Adam Rose.
yeah. So we'll see. You might be onto something.
Yeah, maybe my next career.
There you go.
AfterBuzz exclusive. Full of those
I heard
tonight.
WWE is hiring writers.
Well, you work on the cheap. They kind of need that right now.
Okay, I'll think about that.
Okay.
yeah.
Don't tell my boss.
Next match, we have Bull Dempsey versus Angelo Dawkins. Bull wins with the bulldozer, which, I mean, the strength that you have to pick up a 220-pound man like
No,
that.
not pick him up. Catch him out of
Catch
the
him.
air.
Catch him out of the air and then...
Angelo's not a small dude. That's a
know.
big dude.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive,
Yeah.
especially because it was the other side, as opposed to.
I mean, normally, Bull would pick him up with his head facing to the left. This time he was facing the right, and he was still able to switch it and lay it down.
But there was a lot of back and forth in this.
Yeah, no, we got an entrance for Angelo Dawkins, which was great. He's generic.
I don't
Dude.
think he's as generic.
Well, no, I don't. They just gave him like, all right. So, what did you wear to the arena? Just wear it out. Just wear it out to the ring. Whatever.
I think it seems like a natural progression of what he had been doing. This is now what he had been doing, turned up.
All right.
That's my interpretation.
Okay. No, I could.
Because
I
he
mean,
was
I'm not
doing
saying
the
that I didn't
dancing
like it.
stuff and all the really interesting movements, whatever you want to call it. He just came out now with a little bit more personality on his way to the ring.
Yeah, that's what we're liking is the personality, and he got some okay offense here. But when you're up against Bull and what they're trying to do with Bull and Mojo right now, you can't. I really wanted to see Angelo pull it out because Mojo interfered or something. Like Mojo was just coming out to see the match or something. Either way, I really want to see. I can't wait for Angelo's day where he comes out on top.
Yeah.
And this match proved that even more for me.
Yeah. And he was getting into it. The crowd was into him in this match.
Yeah.
I mean, they obviously like Bull Dempsey because he's a shade different than the rest of everybody else. But they got behind Angelo, which is good.
I think Bull's music, I mean, along with his whole persona, his music has helped fans get into him because it has the whole, like, Bull, like the chanting thing. So
There's
it's,
also an easy additive onto that chant if they didn't like him. Let's just acknowledge that real quick.
And while we were watching the match, Hobo and I were talking about how Bull doesn't do anything to specifically call out that he is a bad guy, you know. So he's just a bad dude. Like you could just see that from how he carries himself in the ring and how he performs.
He doesn't choke anybody on the ropes. He may have done a small eye rake across the rope with Dawkins. He, for the most part, fights guys in the middle of the ring, punches, kicks. He doesn't hold any punches back.
Yeah.
But he definitely doesn't go for the cheap stuff. He doesn't claw an eye. He doesn't do an eye poke. He doesn't choke
He's just a
anybody. He
strong
doesn't do any of that cheap stuff. Like you see, Sasha Banks does that a lot, which
because
is
she's ratchet.
right. Exactly. She fights fights like a girl at the club. One too many drinks and a whole lot of angst.
Yeah.
But Bull Dempsey fights like a man at a bar, like a bouncer. Just bounce you off the concrete.
He doesn't smile enough, though, for
Really?
me to really like him.
Well,
you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
I know.
His,
I know.
his opponent smiles a whole hell of a
I know.
lot, which is why they're having this fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
he wants to knock the smile right off his face.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
And I like the little picture-in-picture promo that we got in the beginning saying, you say you stay hype, well, hype is all you ever were. Like, you were just hype. And it's hard, like, I think fans seem to be getting more behind Bull because they're kind of speaking for him. They feel...
He's speaking for them.
Yeah, yeah. So it's hard right now where like, are we supposed to get behind Mojo, or are we supposed to get behind this new throwback guy?
Yeah.
Like... Will Mojo turn into essentially a caricature of the type of character that WWE has been trying to feed to us for the past couple of years? And then at the same time, are they placating the people who want the old school style that Bull represents?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they're playing both ends against the middle. Everybody comes out kind of happy with this. This is something the crowd can get hot for. Whether they're for Bull, whether they're for Mojo, they're hot for it. They want to see this. People want to see Mojo get hit, and people want to see Mojo succeed at the same time.
I agree.
So both ends are getting what they want out of this.
Yeah. Any other highlights from this match?
There was a little bit of a call to Mojo's finisher from Bull Dempsey onto Dawkins. When he just sat down on Dawkins' chest.
Oh.
And
Bam!
where it was just, there was no inertia. It was just a straight down fall, and it looked more devastating than hyperdrive.
Yeah. And I think he got up off Dawkins, because I don't think Dawkins kicked out of that.
No, he did. He got off it. Was like, I ain't done now. Are you kidding?
I'm not finished with you yet.
Yeah. Backstage, Devin interviews Sylvester Lafort and Marcus Louis.
Oui.
And we learned that
Boo.
Mark
No, I'm kidding.
Donica speaks French.
I understand a little bit of French. Jeez.
Croissant.
I'm not familiar with that one. Could you say it again? Croissant.
Flaky.
I spent a little bit of time in France at a French home, so I got a chance to like be there and have to understand.
Immersion.
Yeah, so that's like if you want to learn a language, you go to that country without a language guide, and you learn the basics.
Like fiance.
Again, you're just throwing these complex stuff. Did you take French 3 or 4? Where did you stop?
Kathy is fluent in Pig Latin.
Drop us some Pig Latin.
Ude, uye, one, auhe, ute,
S-Y.
Athike uye ine ute actispray.
Esye. Anyway.
It's like a twin language, but it's real.
I did not ever take any French, but yeah. So we'll leave it to you.
Okay. Well, I mean, this was the segment where we were looking forward to from last week, where Enzo made the challenge for the hair versus hair match, and they're kind of joking like, it was so greasy, like they're making fun of, which is kind of funny. They were making fun of the greasy American.
They're funny together.
They're great.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
ever since the promo of Marcus Louis leaked and we got a chance to watch it, like
He has a great sense of
I know.
humor.
we know what they're capable of.
Golden showers of accomplishments. I will fist all of my buttons.
It's a family show, Kathy Shelley.
No,
But look it up, watch it.
Please.
Watch it like 6 times. Like, it's so funny.
And the punchline at the end. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Just-
Nope.
So good.
So they're joking about it. Marcus and Sylvester, they're both just really happy and full of themselves.
And really French.
Yeah, very French. Beyond, like, here's French, they're like up there. But Sylvester was kind of playing everything off. Just like, whatever, these jerks, whatever. So Marcus was like, yeah, we're so great. Of course he accepts. And that's where Sylvester's like, are you serious? He did it. Are you serious, bro? Like, look to him.
I mean, like, that's his hair on the line.
Seriously, he's like, dude,
Yeah.
that's essentially what he was saying. He was like, dude, that's my hair. You know how much I like. The conversation they had was essentially like, dude, but it's my hair. Oh, you got him. Don't worry. But it's like, I really wish you wouldn't speak for me. Come on, let's go talk about it. As long as we have a plan, we'll be fine. So they had it off, and now it's kind of a begrudged match with Sylvester and Enzo. So we'll probably see him with a little bit of extra vinegar.
Well, yeah. I guess the Legionnaires aren't quite getting along as swimmingly as they were.
I don't think that's anything to report home about. Not as much as my outlandish Enzo and Cass theory, but...
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Oh, my God, shut up.
Yeah, people are complaining that the call that they might break up was way too early, and and you're just speculating. I'm like, yeah, sure.
People
but
cry.
if you end up being right about that,
Hire me.
I mean...
They're watching you.
You would
I hope
have
so.
bragging rights. You would be the bragging right champion of all.
Can I get a new belt,
this
please?
Table.
This one. Yes! I'm the champion of this table. Any after show that comes in is like, no! I'm the champion. You have to fight me in order to do the after show.
Maybe you should just take the table with you. I am the champion of this table. If you want it, you have to fight me.
So, since this was deemed our butt after show, I have to mention
Please.
that Maria Menounos' ass just followed me on Twitter. There is an actual Twitter account.
I have to do an Atlas. That's just how big I want to laugh.
Maria Menounos.
Oh my God. This is the best after show ever.
So
I didn't do
Now
that
I need
right.
to check. Now I need to check if that's a thing.
Maria Menounos.
and they
Maria Menounos.
retweeted something from E! News. Jessica Biel's butt causes an earthquake in a new girl dance off with Zoe Deschanel. Okay, that's great.
Oh man, I didn't get Menounos. Damn it.
You want
There's still
Menounos
hope.
on your feed?
No, they're gonna follow me. The
Right.
ass will be behind me.
Oh.
I will not be behind the ass.
I thought you are the ass.
I am. Thank you. That's what this is for.
Cuckoo Cuckoo.
Speaking of which, let's talk about our main event of the evening, the tag match with Neville and Zayn versus Tyler Breeze and Tyson Kidd.
Please. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk- I just
Okay,
wanna talk about it.
let's start.
I mean-
Should I get my starter's pistol?
Yes. And
No, it's a matter of coat.
So how did they
We're off.
decide who was going to pair up? in
so
that?
it's the two faces versus the two heels.
Well, also,
Okay.
Yeah.
you have Neville and Zayn are old friends. So
Okay.
it sort of had a decided advantage.
and
sort of-
TNT go together.
But
They've been-
ultimately, that was up to Regal.
But also, they've been a tag team before, so
Okay.
it would be
That I
smart
did not
booking
know.
if they just went with that again.
Yeah. So there's your answer. She was definitely confused by, like I think we all were, how, people can pair up with someone that you're supposed to be fighting in a couple weeks.
It's sort of the idea of mutual gratification. Something is in it for both individuals if they do get the win, and especially if the two bad guys in this scenario beat the team with the current champion. There's a possibility that one of them could do it again, and if an individual did pin the current champion, that's even another feather in the cap.
Right.
There were a lot of really cool things during this match. I mean, despite them all fighting in 2 weeks,
Neville and Zayn.
Zayn and Neville worked well
They
together.
were an established tag team, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised in the least that they worked well together. But it was Kidd and Breeze who really surprised me at the way
Really?
they were able to work together
Okay.
to isolate Neville in the
Yeah.
beginning. Kidd saw the kick coming from Neville, blocked it, gave him one of his own, and then Breeze pops him with a kick from the side that Neville didn't see, took him way out.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it kept Neville on the bottom there for a long time.
She goes, the ref wasn't even looking.
What is wrong with that?
Perfect. You're the best.
I really thought the what was it, a corkscrew that Neville did off of
Corkscrew
Zayn's back
moonsault.
Insult that,
That-
jerk.
was really
Can you sell
cool.
your muscle mass, bro?
That was cool.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. It got a well-deserved "This is awesome" chant.
Oh.
And then Tyson Kidd did a neck breaker on Zayn that just looked
Fisherman
scurry.
neck breaker.
Fisherman neck breaker.
I'm just
Hook the
abbreviating
leg
all
and
these
just
moves
twist him
because I don't
onto
know what they are.
his dome.
But yeah. Yeah.
The really pretty Michinoku driver from Zayn.
Yep.
Nice and high. He's made that a part of his repertoire over the years, and it was nice to see the little chant at the end because you don't really hear that. The fact that Adrian Neville just decides, you know what, I'm going to do a standing shooting star press. Why not? It seems right.
That was when he stuck his foot up in the. What
No,
did
that's
he
when he
start?
did a backflip.
Oh,
just
okay.
Just a
standing there.
running forward moving backflip.
Okay.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
he sort of runs into it, which I think is actually even cooler because it's this weird.
The momentum
forward-
is
He's
off,
moving
but-
forward and backward at the same time,
Yeah.
which in your head you're going, "Oh man!"
Should not happen.
That's like how
Yeah.
time travel happens.
Basically, yes, forward and backward at the same time is time travel.
Science.
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 So, the match is coming to an end when Sami Zayn accidentally kicks Neville.
Accidentally.
That was an
And
accident.
in
That
quotes.
was an accident.
It was
Sammy,
an
that's
accident, but it was right of the commentators to question whether that was strategic or an accident.
Right in the bread maker.
You have to wonder.
Yeah.
Bread maker.
Yeah. Bread
basket.
basket. Crap factory.
But butt face.
But
How old are we?
can we get an animated version of this episode? Can someone just cut all the butt stuff together and animate it? Why not?
With the flatulator.
Please.
Yes, for a flatulator.
Featuring the flatulator.
That could be a new wrestler name.
The
The
flatulator?
flatulator.
It's an old
Yeah.
school type gimmick,
Yeah.
right up there
It's
with
a-
Manitor.
No, it's like a flatliner, but it's the flatulator.
How do you do a flatliner with your butt? I'm trying to think.
Tyson Kidd ends up getting the win. Pins
He's
Neville.
so excited about it. That
And
was my
he's
favorite thing.
so excited about
Tags
it.
himself in, throws Sammy out of the ring, and just gets the ring. He's
It's a
like, yes,
jerk.
I did it.
Yep.
Just
He-
me.
Well,
I won.
He
Fact.
He tagged himself in and then
Yeah.
basically threw Breeze to Zayn, who blew thunder bombed him to hell. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, he worked this thing. You have to give it to Kid. If you like him or you hate him,
Real smart.
he got the win on the champion. That's
huge.
Yeah,
It's huge.
he got the pin.
So, does that mean we think that he will be victorious at TakeOver?
I don't know, man.
Hard to say.
It's really hard to say.
Hope not.
All three of these guys have had a great match with Neville. It's gonna be bedlam, like especially if it's the first pin and there's no special stipulation.
It's crazy to think I have no idea where this is going.
None?
I have no idea. I will be shocked no matter
I'll be
which
shocked
of
if
the
Neville
four
retains.
ways. Yeah,
I mean, literally anything could happen.
anything could happen.
I mean, I would be surprised if Neville retained. I'd be surprised if like an alien spacecraft came down and crashed into the ring.
But not that surprised.
Not that surprised though.
More
but-
surprised if Kid won.
Right.
I would be less surprised if William Regal somehow ended up winning than if any of these four guys won.
You killed my pick. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Regal for champion.
Make himself special guest referee and then just count it himself.
yeah. After the match, Zayn does the haluva kick to Tyson Kidd and then eyes the crap out of that belt.
Fondles it.
He's just like, wow, I didn't even notice that there was an X on it. That's weird.
I've always seen the N and the T, but there's an X too. Weird.
That's weird. Never saw that. Wow, you learn something new every day.
So
Did he say haluva kick?
They've been saying that wrong this whole time, haven't they?
that wraps up this week's NXT. I think we all are that much more excited for TakeOver.
2 weeks,
2
man.
weeks.
That's a long 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Seems like it's getting shorter all the time, though. You
Yeah.
know?
Like,
Like
every
every-
every second we're that much closer.
But it seemed like TakeOver 1 was so, like, it wasn't that far away.
It was like yesterday.
It was yesterday.
No, it wasn't yesterday.
Oh, sorry. I thought.
No, yesterday
weird.
was yesterday.
That's weird.
So,
I'm in a
guys,
place.
let us know your thoughts on this week's NXT in the comments on YouTube. We love reading your feedback, and we always get a great, just like, conversation
We had a
going
huge
on there.
conversation last
so
week.
cool, so freaking cool. And then please rate us on iTunes, subscribe, tell a friend, do all that stuff. Keep the conversation going with us on Twitter. Where can they find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at SoapboxMark. You can also find us on Facebook at SoapboxCarTV. We launched a Patreon because we're poor. But we also,
Honesty and advertising.
yeah, honesty in advertising. We have an exclusive interview up His first interview as the Hollywood Heritage Champion. What about you, Hobo?
I'm at Twitter at TrueHobo. ProWrestlingTees.com is where you can buy a shirt. Patreon is where you can give us money, and we'll actually give you stuff.
Yeah,
it's not
help
just
support us, and we'll support you
giving
back.
us money. Right. I mean, you're supporting our habits. Our entertaining habits, and our drinking habits,
Mostly.
but we're giving you things in return.
Speaking of habits, we also do the Epic Meal Empire After Show. We've just started
That's
doing
a
that.
dangerous habit.
We're on a second week. Go back on WatchTube. Go back on YouTube and watch the show.
WatchTube.
And then we're going to be doing it every Monday, and it might change, but either way.
Well, we're doing it, though. Please
We're doing it.
watch
Support us. Watch it.
Jack Daniels is a regular guest.
He's a nice man.
Mom, where can they find you on Twitter? My mom has Twitter.
At Kovacs_Liz, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelly. You
It'll be
can
in the
find
show
me
notes.
on Instagram at Kathy Kelly. You can find all of us here on Twitter and Instagram at AfterBuzz TV. For my mother, for the new championship wrestling from Hollywood's Heritage Champion, Drew Hobo. For Mark Donica. For everyone here at AfterBuzz TV, I'm Kathy Kelly. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you again next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
I've hit the wall.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.